agriculture. When he stops talking about whatever car he just saw, he's an amazing leader and will take any challenge he sets before him.
This next speaker showed up to our State District Officer Leadership Conference late, only because he got lost in downtown Des Moines on his way from Pella to Ankeny. As if the situation wasn't already humorous enough, he came rolling in, driving a VW Bug with a Farm Her sticker on the back window. When he isn't late to FFA events, he can be found making someone laugh uncontrollably and providing the best advice you can find. This sheep and goat loving individual is the true definition of servant leadership and will always be there to lend an outstretched hand.
We would like to introduce my brother,
the big brother I never had,
and your South Central District Vice President, Chandler Jahner.
Where are all my rowdy FFA friends at tonight? My name is Chandler Jahner. I show sheep during the summer, work on trucks and tractors during the winter, and spend the rest of my time at the great Iowa State University. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's a straightforward way to start things, and you're right, it is. But I want you to realize something. There was a time in my life where I would have started this speech off very differently. There was a time where I felt like a piece was missing. Something you need to know about me is that I come from a very athletic family. My mom was a star basketball player for the Knoxville Panthers. My dad, tremendously quick. My grandpa had a full ride scholarship to play football for Central College. And it just so happens I'm built the exact same way that he is. In the terms of a livestock breeder, I should result into something incredible. In fact, if I were to give a set of reasons about myself, it would sound something like this. He's lengthy, shallow on the flank, light in the bone, overall pretty incredible. Incredibly bad, especially when it comes to sports. Let me explain. I go out for Pella T-ball, and I'm almost immediately put out into left field. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. In second grade Pella T-ball, the ball itself never gets past the bases. A pretty strategic move on the coach's part, if you ask me. One thing led to another, and I ended up playing basketball. Now, in basketball, I was capable of multiple accomplishments. Number one, I got to play. A lot. It didn't help that there were only 6 of us on the team and that I easily stood 5 inches taller than everyone else on the court. Number 2, I averaged about 2 points per season. I was famous for my ability to catch the ball and then freeze, like a deer in headlights. And number 3, my 8th grade year, I somehow managed to roll the same ankle twice in one game. Now, my left ankle makes a funny little popping noise every time I run. Which isn't often. I traded in my basketball shorts for football cleats. Now, we've already established, in terms of athletic ability, I have none. During my time at Pella High, the Pella football team lost a total of just 1 game. That was the state championship my freshman year. I strapped on my scout defense beanie, ran out to the field, and lined up against some guys that went on to play for the University of Iowa. I took hit after hit, ran killer after killer, sat on bench after bench. Nothing but scars to show from it. Baseball, basketball, football, heck, even recreational ping pong left me not only feeling defeated, but with a question. If I wasn't impressive on the field or in the court, then did that make me a failure? I missed the point. You see, if I would have been honest with myself, I would have realized much earlier on what my true passions were. But instead, I had to get the dog snot kicked out of me to realize it. Let's be real, folks. How often do we fall into the trap of doing things because that's what society wants us to do? Everything in my circumstance screams sports for me. But I had a gut feeling that there was something else out there. What traps have you fallen in before, like me? What is society telling you that you should be doing? You have a gut feeling? Could that be your missing piece? In 6th grade, I had the opportunity to write and present a presentation on how my family raises chickens. And it was one of the first times that I ever felt comfortable in front of an audience. In 7th grade, I had the opportunity to be successful with my sheep, winning county fair classes and chasing banners at the state fair. In 8th grade, I was faced with a decision. Right after telling my mom to go out and buy me football cleats so I could go out for the first practice of the year, I had a dilemma. If I went out for football, then there was no way I was going to be able to read those antique tractor books that I had just rented from the library. Believe me, these gentle nudges were a lot better than having a screwed up ankle or seeing out of the ear hole of my football helmet. Do you want to find your missing piece? Then keep looking. You might be surprised where they might turn up. In fact, they could be hiding in plain sight. What if it's in your chapter's raccoon hunt, like my friends down in Moulton, Udall? Or tending to a goat named Superman in Moravia? Or how about at a pie auction in Adele? You see, it wasn't until my FFA advisor asked me to be our chapter's creed speaker that I started to realize that this whole FFA and speaking thing was much more in my wheelhouse. And I tended to get less hurt. If you're unhappy with where you are right now, if you feel like you're not reaching your full potential, then keep looking. Don't walk around this life like what I did and ignore your gut feeling. Believe me when I tell you that fear has no hold on you. Don't stop pushing forward. Unplug from the thing that's holding you back. Iowa FFA, now is your time to find your missing piece.